Hey folks, this is John Rice, aka the LEXpert, getting ready to take you on another neighborhood video tour. Today I'm in one of my favorite neighborhoods, and you could probably see it right there. Let me get behind the camera and look. There we go. We're going to be in Andover Hills today. I like this neighborhood so much. About 3 years ago I moved out here myself, so I've been really looking forward to doing this for my own neighborhood. Okie doke. Andover Hills, gosh, it's kind of hard to describe. There's about 1,000 houses out here that fall under the Andover Hills Neighborhood Association. There's about 7 or 8 little sub-neighborhoods. I'm going to point those out to you as I go along. Price ranges out here. Single family houses run as low as $200 up to about $750 or so. The bulk of them are in the 2 to 3, and then also maybe up to about $350 range. One of the best features about this neighborhood is it's got a golf course running through it. We're off of Todd's Road, not too far from Hamburg, in the eastern part of Lexington. Schools out here are a.c.e, Athens Childsburg Elementary, Edith J. Hayes Middle, and Henry Clay. And I've noticed since this neighborhood got redistricted for a.c.e, the Athens Childsburg Elementary, that we've got a whole lot more families up here, because it's really the prime choice if school districts are important to you and you want to be out here on the east end of town. Alright, I'm on a road called Mint Hill. Most of these houses out here are, you know, $350 to about $450 in today's market. Mint Hill is kind of unique in this neighborhood because it has golf course lots on both sides of the street. I'm on a road right now called Ginger Mill. Ginger Mill starts off of Forest Hill, and that front part of Ginger Mill is called Andover Lakes. And you get about halfway down and you see a brick column that says Andover Lakes 2. That's where I am now, and it looks like there's some work going on up here in the estate section. The estate section has its own homeowners association, but I'll go ahead and show you the gate down there. A lot of trucks, not exactly pretty to look at today, but it's real pleasant down here. And I'll turn around and get some shots of the houses. Most of the houses, except for the estate section on Ginger Mill, run from about as low as $325-ish to as much as about $550. I'm on a road in the Meadows section, Andover Meadows. I'm on Maple Ridge. The houses on this side of the street, back to what used to be, there used to be 2 estate homes back there on about 30-some acres with a pond. Recently somebody bought it, started to develop it. It's going to be estate lots. It's got a really cool modern home back there, built by Bob Miller. It's called the Robert Miller Home, internationally renowned. You used to be able to get to it right up that road there. Little known fact, I planted about 10,000 saplings for Bob Miller. Most of them are gone now because they're developing it into lots, but I'm always going to have fond memory of this that section back there. So hopefully some of my trees are left and one day my kids will get to see it. There's really only 2 roads and a handful of cul-de-sacs out here in Andover Meadows. Most of these houses range, since a lot of them do have the finished basements, from about as low as possibly $250-ish with a finished basement. A really updated one, probably about $300. I'm on a road right now called Winter Hill. It's also kind of one of the main drags through the neighborhood. This side of Winter Hill backs to the golf course. I'm going to let a car go by me here. Most of the houses out here, if you were to get one, you know, with a finished basement, you're probably looking in the $280, $315 range. That's what most of them go for. They're very similar in size and floor plans to Andover Meadows, which I just showed you, and the park section, Andover Park, which I'll get to in a minute. This road is kind of a straight long shot. It's real easy to speed on, so if you're ever on this street, please do about 25, because there's a lot of kids out here playing. I'm still on Winter Hill here, and you see to the left there is Ridgeview Way. That's the newest part of Andover. Those two stone pillars up there. From there on, it's called Andover Creek. It's mainly, most of those houses are less than, maybe like say 4 to 7 years old. They sell pretty good because the finishes are still in style. That road, you can go out this way and take what's left of a little country lane and get to Hayes Boulevard. You can get to Jacobson Park or way out Richmond Road. You can get to the interstate on that side. I'm on Park Ridge Lane. This is the part of Andover Hills that I would kind of aspire to live in. You see that little pathway between the houses? That's the public right-of-way to Jacobson Park. These houses along here back to Jacobson Park. Alright, that road you see right over there, that's Mint Hill. So we're on the other side of that. But just look at these lots that you get here. You just don't get that very often in Lexington. Really wide part of the golf course there too. Let me show you this. Fortunately, the leaves aren't out on the trees yet, so you could maybe see the pond over there and more of the golf course. Okay, I'm coming up in what's called Anderson or Andover Club. Don't know where Anderson came from. I think I was thinking about that car that was coming behind me. This is a pretty nice section. Most of these houses run like in the 350 to 450 range. They back up to the golf course on this side. And I guess one of the big features about this section is that there is access to the country club. Okay, I'm now in the park section of Andover. Most of these houses, some of them have basements, some of them don't. There are some ranches which are real popular with empty nesters. Pretty much over here you're looking in the low twos. If you've got a basement, 250, 260. If the basement's finished, maybe about 280. There were a couple of really nicely updated ones. This one right here and the one right beside it that recently sold for in the like mid to upper 240s. Looks like somebody's having some company here. I've sold a few of them, or a couple of them on this street here. Most of these houses are going to be in the 23 to 2,500 range, square footage that is. Coming up on Andover Green. Andover Green is kind of a section in the very corner of the neighborhood. There's only one way in and out. It was developed by Barlow Homes. Most of these houses are like 8 to 10 years old. They sell really well. A lot of families out here. One of the things people like the most about this street called Andover Woods, the church that's on Todd's Road owns this field here. They've got something set up from I guess last fall out there. The only thing I don't like about this street is once it drops all the leaves in the fall, it gets real messy. Most of the houses out here are priced similar to the park section. You're looking at, you know, for a larger, outdated one, maybe, you know, 220-ish, nicely updated one with a basement, you're probably looking at around 275 or so. So, well, that pretty much concludes all the little sections of Andover. I guess I'll summarize what I like. I really like the location. You're 5 minutes to Hamburg. You can get on the interstate either at Richmond Road or Man o' War. It's got a really good school district, especially for this part of town. Pretty much all of a.c.e, Athens-Childsburg Elementary. If you look at a map of the neighborhoods that a.c.e serves, it's pretty much just this neighborhood.